up, YouTube? Man, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Once again, it's Gennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Always great to be an Auburn Tiger. Let's stop it real quick. I told y'all last night that you all needed to fast and decompress from Auburn football, but I know you can't do it because I can't do it. I was actually up last night looking at some stuff. I was like, what's going on with Bo Nix? And then I was looking at film. I was looking at film on his tenure in college. I was looking at some of the film of his footage from high school. And this is something that can be fixed, but it will take a special kind of leader to get him to see the error in his ways. Because the bad part about it, in looking at video footage of his high school tenure, where he was one of the most statistically great high school quarterbacks in Alabama ever, actually, garnished every award possible, 5-star recruit out of Pinson Valley High School. But there's some serious mechanical issues that he had that just absolutely will not transfer over to Power 5 football in a high level, and it has showed in a lot of ways. One of the most damning factors of Bo Nix's game is his ability to step into the throw. Now here's the deal. When you look at his highlights from high school, when he steps into the throw, he's one of the best around. He's not really that bad. And it also led me to be like, well, what is it? Why can't he do it? Well, one, I think Bo Nix has a lot of trust issues as far as the offensive line. And I think he expected to have a little bit more protection. Gus Malzahn recruited Bo Nix into a very abysmal offensive line that he couldn't trust. You know, you snap the ball, and as soon as you snap the ball, you have a jack linebacker or whatever that college is, linebacker in your face as soon as you snap the ball. Of course, that's going to tap into your mechanics. Now, some things, though, I think it's going to take a really special coach to really sit down with Bo, because I think from what I see based on the high school highlights and what I saw of Bo Nix as a collegiate football player, there's really not much difference. And that's where the coaching and development comes to play. I think Auburn has a lot of talented football players, but the coaching and development has been subpar. I'm not going to say that this is what happened, but it seems like, based on, because I'm a really results-driven guy, I feel like results say the true story. And the results say that Bo Nix has really been allowed to do almost to the point where it said, hey, just do what you did in high school and you'll be all right. That's what it looks like. Maybe that I'm hoping from a professional standpoint that's not what happened, but the result says otherwise. The result says you did it in high school, you made it work, so it would transfer over to Power 5 football, and it absolutely has not. And Bo Nix's confidence is continuing to wane. He's not showing up in a big way in the big games. We're saying things like, hey, as long as Bo Nix doesn't have to throw the ball 25 or more times, that he's going to be successful. This is not what you need out of a 5-star recruit, especially when you look around the country. You look at guys like Trevor Lawrence. You look at guys like Justin Fields, who step into the throw. And when you look at their highlights from high school, they've been stepping into the throw for a long time. A lot of folks think, well, Justin Fields is absolutely not a run-first quarterback. Did you see the game against Ohio State, where Justin Fields probably arguably had the best game of his career, to where he bought the total package home? That is a quarterback that wants to throw the football. He'll run it if he has to, and he runs it very well. He's actually a best case version of Cam Newton. And even Cam Newton, in my opinion, that's maybe why some things are happening with him in the NFL. You can't have quarterbacks at a high level that are just winging it. And that's what Bo Nix is doing right now. He's just winging it. Maybe Bryan Harsin, who has been widely renowned for his ability to develop quarterbacks, maybe this is the right thing at the right time to actually save Bo Nix's career. To keep Bo Nix from being the flop that Jeremy Johnson was. To keep Bo Nix from being the flop that Sean White turned out to be. I think, Rhett Lashley did the best he could with him. I think Rhett Lashley got a lot of production out of Sean White. But Bo Nix, really has been done a bad disservice under the watch of the Auburn Tigers and their inability up to this point to develop quarterbacks. And it's glaring. It's really sticking out like a sore thumb. So I think Bryan Harsin has his work cut out for him with Bo, because there are so many things that Bo does badly that was successful in his epic run as a high school quarterback. But it's going to take a two-sided thing. One, Bo Nix has to understand, although the errant footwork in passing worked in high school, it's just not going to work in college. Because let's just say, and even in the highlights that I'm showing you all, when Bo Nix was able to set his feet and make a velocity type throw, he's one of the best in the business. But when he starts scrambling and started throwing off of his back foot and doing all of those other things that creates interceptions, that creates those head scratching type moments, that's when Bo Nix is in trouble. That's when Bo Nix looks like, no, this is not a 5-star quarterback. But no, he's just a product of his development. And the bad part about it is the errant mechanics work. That's what happens when raw talent and errant mechanics work. You start to believe that that is the reality of what you have to do to be successful, and no one coaches you out of it. I don't think Gus Malzahn, Chad Morris especially, and especially not Kenny Dillingham, they didn't have the balls to tell him, hey, this shit doesn't work. They didn't have the wherewithal as leaders, as coaches, to say, yeah, that shit worked in high school, but it ain't going to work here. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast, talking Auburn football. I think Bryan Harsin has his work cut out for him, but based on his demeanor, he might be able to make this happen. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.